Hello, welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. Hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Monday, February 24th, as we're a few weeks away here from March Madness in college basketball and in the NBA in full uptick and upswing after the All-Star break. Quite a slate today, so we'll go ahead and get started for you. We will get started at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. College basketball will get started on that side. Florida State and North Carolina. North Carolina on the road in Tallahassee, favored by 1.5. Not quite sure how North Carolina is really favored in this game, especially on the road. They have beat some of the bottom feeders in the ACC, but they have really struggled in this one. Just give us Florida State in this spot. Money line first half, money line for the game. Next game up for us is going to be Nebraska, Missouri, not Nebraska, Missouri. How about Nebraska and Michigan? Nebraska at home. This line keeps flipping around as well. Michigan now 1.5 point favorite, some books. Total at 150. Game at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. This one here, Nebraska being at home. They were, I just got to like Nebraska in this spot. They have been pretty tough at home. They've had a couple blips in the radar at home, but overall been pretty tough. Michigan obviously loses a tough game last week to Michigan State. Being at home on the road's been quite the adventure for them. So give us Nebraska -0.5 first half and -1 for the game. Next game up for us, we got two left, and it's the two late games on the college basketball schedule. Houston, Texas Tech. In Lubbock. 131.5 total. Tech getting 1.5. Houston's played. They played great against Iowa State. Didn't cover the 12.5 though, with Iowa State's big scorers being out. And this game should be back and forth. More than likely, pretty low scoring game in the 60s. More than likely on this one here, as the total sits right, like I said, around 131.5. And I expect Tech to play tough. Them being at home, we'll take the plus money and we'll take them on the money line. Money line first half for Tech, money line for the game. And then 11 o'clock Eastern Time, Kansas heads out to Boulder to Colorado. Kansas, 6.5 point favorite. Kansas has been underwhelming this season, to say the least. They're probably looking at, right now, maybe around a 5-6 seed on this one. Colorado, though, has been just god-awful. I mean, the easiest way to explain this one. I expect KU, with their experience here, to come through on this one. They're only laying 6.5. I thought the number was going to be closer to 9.5. So give us Kansas -3.5 first half, and then -6.5 for the game. Now we'll get onto the NBA slate, and we'll get started with the 7-10 Eastern Time games, as there's a boatload of those to get us started off on this Monday. All right, we'll get started with the Pacers, Nuggets in Indiana. I shouldn't say in Indianapolis. Pacers getting anywhere from 4.5 to 5. Nuggets have been playing extremely well. They've kind of kicked it into gear here as we get down the stretch of the regular season. Total 245.5. That is the biggest number. I believe that's the total. Yeah, it's the biggest total on the board today as well. In that one, the Pacers are a hard team to read because they've got a lot of guys that can score 15 to 25 points. Halliburton does not want to see him take control of this team and be the all-star that he was last year. So it's hard to really get a gauge on him and play a lot of player props. But Jamal Murray's been in fuego. But we are going to take the Pacers here, as the Nuggets are the kings of not either. Like, normally we play first quarter, first half in game. They are the kings of losing two of those. So we'll take the Pacers 1.5 first quarter, plus 2.5 first half, plus 4.5 for the game. Jamal Murray, 21 plus points. Jamal Murray, 30 plus points, was plus 500. We'll sprinkle a little bit there. Jamal Murray, 3 plus 3s and 4 plus 3s. And we're also going to play Halliburton for 20 plus points, 4 plus 3s, and 5 plus 3s. Next game up. Bulls, 76ers, what everybody wants to watch. Joel Embiid, even though they're searching around for doctors, is somehow only a game-time decision in this one. I don't think he's going to play in this. 76ers are a 4.5 point favorite. Both teams are going nowhere quickly. Bulls obviously traded away some pieces. DeRozan, Levine, both gone. So now it's Kobe White, who's kind of went down since last year. Definitely not the player that he was last year. I don't know if it's an injury or what's going on there, lack of confidence, but he's definitely not shooting like he was last year's for last year's Bulls team. And then on the other side, you got the 76ers, who Maxi's been fantastic so far this year. Paul George, an absolute dud. And Joel Embiid, if he can show up for a few games, they haven't looked good in those either. Just player props for us in this one. Kobe White, 20-plus points, 3+ threes. Maxi for 30-plus points, 4+ threes. We're also going to throw a little Josh Giddey in there for 15+ points. Next game up for us, Clippers are on the board. Clippers, Pistons, also 7:10 Eastern time. Pistons getting 2 at home in this one here. 224.5 total. This line has went up some books here in the last hour and a half on that one. Pistons coming off the back-to-back game against the Hawks, where that game went to 280, went into 280s. I'll be really honest here. Clippers normally don't score at that high of a rate, so I don't think we're going to see a game in the 250s, but we could see something in the 230s here, as I expect some back and forth from both teams. So give us Clippers, Pistons over 55.5 first quarter, 111 first half, 223.5 for the game. Cade Cunningham coming off that 38-point night. We'll play him for 28+, 3+ threes. James Harden for 4+ turnovers as well. Next game up, 7:40 Eastern time, Heat and the Hawks. The Hawks just come off that loss to the Pistons, scoring 140 points and still losing. So you can tell the defense is all ratcheted up. And the Heat, they have no identity right now whatsoever. It's kind of wait and see, get draft picks, see if they can draft some guys that kind of fit and mold into their system. But right at the moment, nobody knows really what the Heat are. What, Tyler Hero, I guess, maybe your leading scorer. You got Andrew Wiggins and a few other guys. You got some nice complimentary pieces, but no stars in this one. Just going to play some player props in this one. Trae Young, like we mentioned in the show yesterday, he has heated up since about a week before the All-Star break on the scoring end of this. So give us Trae Young 28+ points, 6+ points in the first quarter, 4+ threes, 5+ threes, and 6+ threes in that one. Next game up, 8:10 Eastern time, T-Wolves Thunder. We had a back-to-back night. We're swapping venues. This one at OKC. Let's see. OKC was a 9.5-point favorite on the road last night, 12-point favorite at home tonight. If I was going to play a side here, it would be the T-Wolves plus the points. It's hard to win back-to-back games and back-to-back nights against the same team, but we're just player props for us. SGA, 30+ points. Ant-Man for 27+ points and 30+ points. SGA, 2+ threes. Ant-Man, 4+ threes and 5+ threes. Also going back to the Walker Alexander, under 2.5 assists. It's plus money. It was 3.5 yesterday. He ended it with 2. We're going to go back to under 2.5 assists. And the next game up, Portland Trail Blazers, Utah Jazz, 9:10 Eastern time. Jazz, 4.5-point dog at home, 233 total. Nothing for us in this particular game here. It's just a stay away. Anthony Simons, who's been an under machine, all of a sudden has clicked for a couple of big-time overs and putting them all the points up in one quarter as well. The Jazz have been inconsistent, searching for a high lottery draft pick. And then the last game of the night, 10:10 Eastern time, Hornets go to Sacramento. Line currently at 11.5. This line has moved from the line earlier. It was 10.5. We like the Kings in this spot. The Hornets are just god-awful, to put it mildly. Let's see if LaMelo can do better than 7 points in the last game after he's scored, 29 in the game before. Kings minus 2.5 first quarter, 5.5 first half, 10.5 for the game. LaMelo, 25+ points. Sabonis, 15+ rebounds. LaMelo, 4+ threes and 5+ threes. All right, so we just went through a ton of bets. How do we get a chance to take a look at all those bets? No problem at all. We've got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok and YouTube channel pages, as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It's a link to our Google Sheets at docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on that link, go to the Basketball 2024-2025 tab. Scroll down to February 24th. You'll be able to see all the bets that we made, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at, and obviously once the games are all finished, the results. So check those out when you get some time. Do you like the content that you're seeing here and like to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on, and we'll show up in your follow or subscriptions tab. Or make life simple for yourself. Turn on notifications for that social media platform. You'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets, which will give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading up to the betting app or betting window. Also, private Discord channel is available. Yes, it is a few dollars per month. If you're wagering over $100 total action for the month, this is well worth your play. We're going to help you make money and be consistent doing it as well. So it's an excellent way for you to hop in, whether you're new to sports wagering or you've been doing it for a long time and really haven't made any money at it. We will give you a method in order to get home. You'll get all of our stuff early before we put it out to the betting public. Get ahead of some line moves and juice moves, as that is extremely important when it comes to that as well. So definitely a great place to be. There's well over 100 members in the Discord channel. People sharing tickets, ideas, all kinds of different fun stuff on there for you as well. So entertaining as well as informative. So great place to be. All you need to do is subscribe to us through TikTok at Sports Bets for Free. And once you do that, we will send you the Discord invite as well. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.